Good morning, everyone. This is Dana from NextGen. Today, on our Budget 102 series, we are discussing generational wealth and how families from different generations handled lifestyle inflation and financial windfalls. First, let me introduce you to Joseph. Mr. Joseph was a member of the Silent Generation cohort. He joined the Army after high school during the Vietnam War. He married his high school sweetheart and they had 3 children. His wife was a homemaker until she passed away in 1997 after a brief illness. Joseph remarried a lady from the baby boomer cohort. Joseph and his wife lived debt-free until his passing in 2009. His widow lives in their home with no mortgage, his pension, and a family bank. Joseph also had a separate life insurance policy for his 3 adult children. Let me introduce you to them. Some of you already know our millennial Richard and his wealth journey with his wife Carly. If you have not seen their wealth case study, I will include a link above. Richard bought a house with his share of the life insurance proceeds before he married Carly. Marvin and his wife are baby boomers. When Joseph passed away, Marvin and his wife were also debt-free. Their only daughter finished college in 2007, and she graduated without any student loan debt. When Marvin received his share of the life insurance proceeds, he invested the entire amount in their family bank. Marvin and Richard proactively handled lifestyle inflation and their financial windfall from their father, Joseph. Gen X Janet has a different story. Janet's parents made sure she had the best of everything. Janet excelled in everything she did. Her parents paid for her undergraduate business degree, but could not afford to pay for law school. Janet subsequently took out student loans. When Janet graduated from law school at the top of her class, her family was so proud. Her father walked her down the aisle when she married a local business owner. Everything was going so well for Janet and her husband. They bought a home in an exclusive neighborhood and welcomed their first child before her mother passed away. As their income grew, so did their expenses. They had succumbed to lifestyle inflation and was living paycheck to paycheck. Between Janet's career and her husband's business, they were grossing close to $500,000 a year. When Joseph passed away, Janet was turning 40. Instead of using the money to pay off debt, Janet gave half of her portion of the life insurance proceeds to her husband to help him expand his business. They made renovations to their home, and Janet spent the rest on a lavish vacation out of the country to celebrate her milestone birthday. Let's fast forward to 2024. Marvin and his wife decided after 15 years it was time to have a family reunion with the 3 siblings and their families. They rented a house that could accommodate all 3 families for 7 days. Richard and Janet had to put in for annual leave with their respective jobs. This made Marvin and his wife giggle. Marvin and his wife retired in 2019 and live off their pensions and passive cash flow. They also have 2 grandsons. When Marvin, Janet, and Richard were able to share some time alone, Janet caught them up on her life. Marvin and Richard knew Janet had 2 children and divorced her husband before her 50th birthday. What they did not know was that she was in debt to the tune of over $750,000, and her now ex-husband was personally bankrupt. What Marvin and Richard also did not know is that Janet looked down on stay-at-home mothers, including her own. Looking down may be too harsh, but she could not understand how her father and brothers could do so well without their wives having high-powered careers. After a long discussion on lifestyle inflation and living paycheck to paycheck, Marvin and Richard confided that it was their mother and their wives who were the COO and CFO of their homes. Janet decided she was going to spend more time with her family, especially Carly and Marvin's wife. After she prayed with her brothers, Janet forgave herself and contacted her ex-husband. She knew she had a lot of work to do. We will keep you updated. Joseph would be so proud of his children. They have learned and are learning how to handle generational wealth. Today we discussed generational wealth and how families from different generations handled lifestyle inflation and financial windfalls. I hope you're enjoying our Budget 102 series. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.